Man, I got so distracted, I wrote up like 1,000 words. Just over there. Got distracted. I'm such a bingus. Where were we? They're having a seat, so think about future choices. Oh, wait, where are we? I'm gonna refill my thermos, then I'm gonna be heading to the projector. Let's read. You said that yesterday, I think. What's it about? Something about future choices, careers, graduation, the usual shindig. Turning slightly, he shoots me a little salute. He's doing the presenting after Spears gets up on stage to do his little opening. I get the 6 back and click the buttons to keep things moving along. See you on the flip side, Anna. So wave him goodbye, I feel my mouth tapping. Now make us on after Mr. Spears, huh? Well, I had a feeling this thing was going to be boring in the first place. A student council president leading the charge won't really change anything for me, or anything else I can imagine. Leaving the thoughts behind to step up to the group. Stella's the first to see me, followed by the other two. Now they're gonna sit together. Now people are half chuckling instead of chuckling slightly. I guess we're just reaching into the bags of let's not bother. We're just kind of hatch it out. It's a good thing. Okay, so yeah, he basically made things up. Did they make up just so they could all sit together? I'm glad we made up. Now you can come over watch the marathon with me. You can bring Anon too. There's so much to watch together. Oh, like Pretty Sailor Mercury and Saturnia. Anon flinches slightly at that last one. Why doesn't he just flinch? And I managed to hold back my sudden amusement behind a calm mask. Yeah, I'm not sure he wants that little... Again, this time it's fine because the qualifier makes sense to be revealed just yet. I thought I'm a lifeline. Maybe something easier to do with first out, not necessarily a marathon. At the sight of a sudden look, okay, maybe a movie or two. I look at my brother, flicking my tail slightly. That sounds okay with you, little brother? He considers me for a moment. Before shrugging. Yeah, sure, maybe we could do that. The smile has me feeling more relaxed. Thank God! Maybe we're finally putting everything behind us, finally. Finally. A silent moment passes. Where we seem more at ease than ever. It's not fully fixed, but it feels like we're on the start at least. You think all it took was for me to give him some space to take care of things on his own. I can't help but think I wasted so much time in the beginning of the year trying to push him around so much. After a few seconds, we move as a group into the auditorium. With all the scenes around us, I can't help but feel a slight moment of fear at the passing of the thought of the Your Futures Matter speech. The thick of the bodies has us walking apart from the girls, us lone simian siblings leading the charge. I lean over to wrap an arm around his shoulder for a Christian side hug. That Christian side hug. Give me that Christian side hug. God, I love that stupid fucking goddamn. It's so great. It's so dumb. Thanks for doing it. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no worries. You're gonna hang out with her. I'm driving for studying. More to read. Figured at least all I could do is make it right with Stella after I screamed at her. We're all done. Well done. A fair bit of mistakes. I consider laying out everything else I've done. From making assumptions to being generally upset, but I brush it off. It's not the time, maybe after school. Or we'll just ride back home to the apartment after this. But for now, I take this little victory of us having put something to bed. Again, it's fine if the qualifier makes sense in context. As I get close to the front row, I see Fang look back and wave a hand at Anon. They blink at the sight of me, but make no further gesture or comment. Trish pokes her head back, with much the same before slumping in her chair and turning back to the stage. Reed sits nearby, fidgeting with an old projector. Sensing that Anon would rather hang with them than his sister, I let him pass on. Takes a few moments of searching for good seats for me in the seats before I find them just behind the Worm Drummer crew. Guess we aren't too far from each other today after all, huh? I see Natsu near me on the other side of the aisle, front row like the others. A wave of them catching Natsu doing the same. His girlfriend does not notice me or she fully ignores me. Same difference, no biggie at this point. As I step between my fellow garden members, Rose listen. Do you think it's going to be anything of note? Interessante? Nah, on this kind of stuff. Spears will just make a general announcement on the team, congratulate us on doing the midterms, and then leave it. And I'll take care of all the other boring stuff. Pops up. After a few minutes of waiting, I'm not waiting a few fucking minutes, man. That's too much. Also, a few minutes is where I consider it to make sense for you to point this out, because this implies they're having some minor either small talk. It's perfect for like, wait, how did they know that? Well, they had a couple of minutes where they might have talked to us about this stuff. You know, that shit. You know, it's not important. This communication does not matter, so the communication was over here. Who cares? Being this close, I cover them here for the next part. Everyone else follows suit. The auditorium's brief rustling of fingers and hands to the ears. He takes a deep breath. Again, it's fine to mention the brief. That it's a brief moment, because it's kind of like everyone does it at once, right? It's not this long drawn out process. It's like everyone knows and they just do it. It's cute. It adds to the detail. Alright. As you all know, graduation is coming up. That means your next step to the future. We're going over that whole process, but first, the student council has a brief presentation on the subject. Good God, I can feel my bones vibrating from that. Spears never let his ability to yell to the heavens dim even after all these years. How old is Spears in this? I missed the next bit where the Noomies take stage, keeping my hands on my ears on instinct because of the caveman booms. Slowly I lower them, watching the peachy plain president, no longer Payne, start to go over some introduction stuff. Aye, it's going to be one of those kinds of presentations. Who would have doubted that? What do you think, girl? Gonna say hello for this thing?
Naomi's fine. She's just so happy I feel like I could fall asleep and she wouldn't be bothered.
That's such a good fucking line.
You know, she'll be fine if I'm just asleep.
I doubt that, honestly, but it's not my place to say. He nods and clicks the projector remote. Hold up, we need something a bit more sexy. No, let's just go with Hall to Hall. That's a really schooly theme. Turn on the music. Reed clicks the projector remote, advancing the slides as the display on stage moves some sort of ping with a graduation cap. Cute. A little bit cartoony for the side of high school. For a ton of high schools, in my opinion. Lean one elbow on the arm of my seat and watch, eyes going more heavy from midterm exhaustion. Next slide is a school mascot in a party hat. Yep. Looks to be a smokestack coming from his mouth. I wonder who could be in that costume and make such a giant plume. Will we ever know? Anash? Shush. We're not doing the Anon thing anymore. I guess someone told him that shit sucks. Caught by Rosa. Whoops. Graduates in gowns and diplomas, a bunch of people searching for clothing, and a picture of Sarah doesn't hang in there, baby. I appreciate that she, like, Anon points out the whole, like, oh, of course, there's a token human, but she doesn't notice, because she's not as invested in that whole, like, agenda playbook as Anon is. So I like that. That's how you set characters apart. They notice different things. Man, who came up with this thing? It's time to look at the freshman intro and don't do this in front of a crowd. Did they know their audience of bored teenagers? There's me in my handmade cosplay outfit from 2 years ago when I went to an anime convention. On prom night? Well, what the fuck? Also, I love how apparently whatever they did for the ellipses has caused them to become bold or normal. Maybe that's just normal. Yeah, that's normal size. It's the ellipses that are extra thin. What the fuck? I stare at the screen, feeling the will. Hold up. We need, anxious? No, let's go for hospital. I like hospital, drones. It's a really good one. What the fuck? I stare at the screen, feeling the world around me suddenly fall still at the sight of something I thought long buried and dead. All that courses through me is a rapidly surging dread. Nothing is real. That's not me. No one else is seeing this. This isn't happening. This cannot be fucking happening right now. No one should know about that. All those images were deleted and gotten rid of. This is impossible. Someone in the back of the auditorium laughs, creating an instant echo chamber of befuddled mockery that spreads like wildfire. My arms lock onto the armrest as my body goes rigid. There are gasps from Rose and Stella next to me. But I can't see anything besides the horrific past laid out in front of me. What was dead silence slowly evolved into commentary from all around me. The slow hum burned against my ears as sweat started to trickle back on the back of my neck. Started to prickle the back of my neck. Naomi looks at the screen with a look of abject shock. She's just as frozen as me, unable to respond to what the hell was going on. So it wasn't her. Who did this then? Because Trish has no reason to go after Anna. I feel like it's not really something she'd do. I don't think Naomi and Reed would necessarily be okay with this, because Naomi genuinely doesn't want any of this to happen. I don't know, man. I always felt like it was Reed and Trish's big idea. Reed is the first to move, clicking on the image to try and get rid of. Oh, it's me again. This time in the Pretty Cure Raptalia costume I custom made. And now I'm showing off my dyed hairs and costumes as I'm in the backdrop of AnimeCon Colorado, holding a body pillow of my then husbando. The picture then features a giant red arrow pointing at him, accompanied by the caption, "Monkey Girl Approves." Acid roils through my stomach before giving way to a pit. There comes the laughter. There comes the horrible shrieks of ridicule as every little thing people are shouting. I feel sick. My heart is beating too fast. I can't breathe. Reed! Change it! Change the goddamn slide! I'm trying! And there's a click. More pictures. More and more pictures. And they just keep getting worse. The slide goes dark, giving half illumination as the auditorium continues to howl with laughter. It appears next as a video thumbnail save for the dark save for the giant play button on the screen. The boys relax, but I feel my blood drain completely for what's about to play. Oh God. No, please. Don't press any more buttons, just make it stop. Click.
Konnichiwa, minasama!
16-year-old Anastasia Mous moves on to the stage of the anime convention's dance competition. She has a wig of rainbow ponytails, a magical wand, and a glitter stripe running along the entire tail length, with a goth lady outfit on.
I am Anastasia desu! Watch my magic dance!
The arms on my chair creak with the mounting pressure as I squeeze for dear life, looking for an anchor way to drop me into the sea with what happens as I relive my past. The previous version of myself dances, stomps, man, and sings the lyrics of an opening song for that summer's viral hit. Read! Nasser yells again. The word makes Naomi flinch on stage, broken by her spell, as everyone in the audience starts to die from laughter. Harsh gales of amusement slam into me. Let me know exactly how I should have felt from the beginning when I considered going to that damn place years ago. I find it impressive that your parents were willing to let you go to an anime con. That couldn't have been cheap. Rui doesn't say anything. I see the moment where he dashes to the projector, ripping cables free and stomping the thing in one fell swoop. I like to imagine that if Reed and Trish were like behind this, then Reed immediately got like cold feet when he realized how bad things were going. Perhaps. Or it was Reed. Or was Trish, like he didn't know. She was just like, oh, don't worry about it, it's great. Video dies instantly, music and recorded me flickering away without warning. A harsh trumpet of catcalls and jeering follows Reed as he looks around. Eyes wide and slitted as everyone around us laments the ending of the show. Yeah, he's more into anus, he's more into it. Then they see me. People in front of me, behind me, beside me, behind the latch where I'm at. Behind the latch on? Oh, wait. They see me. People in front of me, behind me, and behind. Latch on where I'm at. I can't breathe. Hey, that's a good picture. Oh, you can't see the little pop-up. It's called doxx, second version 5.1. What? Anna. Philo touches me, shaking my shoulder.
And are you okay?
No. No, 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 no. The cheering, the pointing, and the laughing gets worse as every senior piles on the ridicule. Rosa wraps her arm around my back, grabbing my hand with the other. I can see that Reed and Nas are having a small argument, but I can't tell what's going on. I look over and catch Anon's eyes. He's staring at me, shocked. He knows what happens. He knows what I did back in the day. This is what happened to him. At rock bottom, I huddle forward. Stella dips with me and Rosa, covering me from the side. I need to leave. Help me. Okay, so I still don't know who the fuck has an incentive to do this. Like, I get that Naomi's like the obvious perpetrator, but how would she get this? Like, Naomi doesn't seem like the kind of person to do this. Man, I don't know how to explain what's happening with I now have a tickling cough. I guess I'm going back to being sick. I was sick for a week and now I'm back to it. Oh well. Oh shit, there's some fucking stuff here. I feel like if this was Naomi, considering she seemed genuinely horrified and like she wanted to make it's just weird. Like she could have stopped it. Like Trish could kind of work, I guess. I do kind of like it that Anon gets off scot-free, and it's really weird that Ana has all this going on in her life, but I guess it makes sense. So yeah, chapter 14. We're making good progress, but I wonder where we're gonna go from here. How many chapters are there in total? We're like the latter half, because chapter 12 is the turning point. If you exclude the epilogue, we're chapter 11-ish, because it's just 24 chapters with one epilogue. Apparently Anon still gets fucked up. Man, that's so mean. Because the next chapter starts off with recovery. So I guess he still gets thrown down the stairs. Man, I don't know how to feel about this. Hmm. Finally a post-doxing scene where Anon and Thang kiss. Hell yeah, baby. Man, why has my suddenly got a tickling cough? I was sick last week. My body doesn't know what the fuck it wants. Yeah, I'm looking forward to these next few chapters, because, you know, we got some fresh drama. Apparently we're piling it on. Hmm. Apparently chapter 15 is, over-bloated. Hmm. Oh, this is interesting. Hmm. Well, we're gonna get to that next time. When Alan apparently gets fucking killed. Hopefully my throat's back to normal. It should be fine when I don't talk. What a weird twist. Why do I keep getting sick? Fuck!